Good morning, everybody. I thought I'd better come and say hello to you all, give you a bit of an update of how I am. It's Tuesday morning at 9:45. It's a little bit grey outside and it's cooled down a bit, thank goodness. Yesterday we had a record high temperature for April and it was something like 36 degrees. It was very warm. I didn't notice because I had the house in cave mode, so I couldn't tell, and a cool change came through late in the afternoon, so it was fine. But it just shows you what effect that global warming is having. It's very, very warm, very strange. So today's cooler, but it's going to be hot again the next few days, so it's all coming back. Anyway, I didn't really come to give you a weather report, although I like to do that too. Lottie and I are here just to bring you up to date with what's been going on and how I am and how she is. And before I start that, I'll just tell you what she's wearing, because I'm sticking with the blue theme for Autism Awareness Month. So she's got a cotton dress which has got matching bloomers, and the dress is in white, and it's got tiny little rickrack at the bottom in a mid blue, and then it has an all over pattern in a navy blue, and I think you would call it a ditzy pattern. It's got little sort of representations of flowers and leaves all over it. It's gorgeous, and it's just underneath there's a little like a little lining of petticoat, plain white, and it buttons right down the back, and it's got little short sleeves that you can't really see the way I've got her positioned. I'll just show you her bloomers there. Her cute little bloomers, they're very sweet. And it's by Absorber, and it's a 3-month size. So there she is, and she's holding her special lovey that Kimberly from Kimberly's Cocoon made for us a while ago, and I've left her pale blue bow in her hair just to continue with the blue theme. Her lovey is a rabbit, and it's got a grey face, and the body part of it is in blue, which is why I chose this one. So that's from Kimberly. Thank you, dear Kimberly. And also thank you for your beautiful e-card that I just got. That was from Kimberly. I haven't had one of those for a long time. It's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. Oh, magic thing with birds and cup of teas to share, and it was just beautiful and lovely music in the background. So thank you for that, Kimberly. You can probably hear in my voice that I'm a bit weary, and that's to say the least. I'm very tired and very sore, but I think I'm already getting better. Just when I lie down in the night time, the pain gets really bad because of the pressure in my chest. Other than that, I'm okay, really. I've just got bruises all over the joint, but they're not bothering me at all. They're just fun to look at because they're so purple, but they don't hurt. It's just I got pretty wrenched around inside the car, and that happened on Friday night. So let me just briefly tell you about the accident, because you don't really, it's probably not that exciting for you to hear. But what happened was I had just left my daughter's house, because when I made the video to you guys early in the afternoon, and then as soon as that was done, I just left it uploading and went to get the girls from school and kindy, and then went back to my daughter's house because her husband's away. But just that her husband wasn't there. He's away for 3 weeks. And this is what I do every Friday anyway. And then stayed for dinner and then headed off. So I was probably on the road for a minute and a half or 2 minutes, and hadn't even reached the speed limit yet because I'd only just pulled into the main road, and just approaching some traffic lights where I checked that no one was turning right in front of me, and that would be, for those in America, that would be like turning left for you guys, but for us it's turning right, which you have to do across traffic. So I saw a white car that was stopped at the lights and not moving. So I just kept going, and that's the last thing I remember until, I don't remember the actual collision. My brain's kind of, I don't know, must have gone into overload. But immediately after the initial impact, I remember everything. I came to, and I was just like, not that I passed out, but my brain remembers. I felt like I was in a washing machine. I was being thrown all over the place. I had a seatbelt on, but the car was going everywhere. There was crashing noise and breaking glass and lots of noise. And I noticed two airbags have been, well, I only noticed two airbags have been deployed. Other ones had too, but I only saw the driver's one and the passenger's one. And there was sort of smoke stuff coming from them, and I thought that was smoke, but apparently there's some sort of powder inside the airbag, and that's what I was looking at. So what I did was the car was still moving, and I saw that I was moving towards the pole of some traffic lights, so I put my foot on the brake and the car stopped. I don't remember putting the car into park, so I'm not sure I did that, but the car was just stopped, so I think maybe the impact had already damaged the engine, and just by putting my foot on the brakes it was enough to stop the momentum. So I took my seatbelt off because that was hurting me so much, and then I flung my door open, which just opened perfectly, thank goodness for that, and I just yelled, get me out, and no one appeared. So I got out myself, which was really good. I could get out and stand up, and as soon as I'd done that, there were people everywhere. There were witnesses. They came to tell me they saw everything, and it was the girl who turned in front of me and, had nothing to do with me, which I knew anyway because I'd already checked the intersection before I entered it. And people everywhere offering me drinks of water and taking my arm and getting me off the road and all that sort of thing. And couple of police cars and all that, they came and talked to me. People asking for my driver's license, and tow truck drivers, ambulance, all of that was going on. I was trying to ring the kids to tell them what had happened, and they were trying to ring me at the same time. And then the little girl who was driving the white car that for some reason turned in front of me, I'm still not 100% sure what on earth she was doing and why she didn't stop. But anyway, she came and she just said she was really sorry and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't really want to hear it at the time, and I was worried that she was incriminating herself anyway, so I just said she better not say any more. It wasn't really the time for all that stuff. But she was a relatively new driver. She was on P plates, which stands for provisional driver. She's probably been driving. We think you have to have red P plates for 2 years and then go on to greens after that, and she had a green P plate. So we're thinking she's been driving for a couple of years, but I'm not 100% sure on those facts. Anyway, she and her passenger were 100% untouched. They were fine, but her car was completely written off, as was my car. Just my car was like demolished, except for the cabin where the passengers sit. That was still good. I mean, the windscreen was smashed and everything around the cabin was smashed. My keys, the key ring that my keys were hanging on, that were in the ignition, was broken, the key ring. So something broke inside the car. My watch got broken. It doesn't look touched, but something must have happened to it. So all sorts of things. And I have like a burn on my wrist. I think that's where the watch must have sort of scraped against me or something. It's very hard to know exactly what happened because it all happened so fast. Anyway, there's lots of bits and pieces all over the place. I was taken to hospital and I stayed that night and the next day, and then I came home. My big boy and Oscar brought me home. It was lovely to be out of there because I only slept for half an hour. It was just, I don't know, I was too wired or something just wouldn't let me relax and go to sleep aside from the pain. And so I came home and I'm just home now, and my children have been coming, staying with me, and Jen came, and my brother's coming tomorrow. So I'm fine. All I have to do is get better now. And that's all that's happening. I'm not even bored. I'm just so tired and in pain that I'm not even bored. I don't even want to do anything. I'm just glad not to do stuff. And thank you so much for everything that you've written on my last video. I've read everything, and all the comments went straight to my heart, really and truly. But I just don't have the energy at the moment to write comments, and I thought rather than spending a bit of energy doing that, I would just make a video to let you know that I'm okay, and I'll be 100% very soon. I don't have a car obviously anymore. I have to get another one. So I can't go to work aside from being in too much pain. So I'm off work for a little while, and soon I'll have a car. And was there anything else I wanted to tell you? There probably was. It's just gone out of my head at the moment. What was it? Something else. Yeah, my little boy went to my car where it was taken yesterday to get everything that was still left in it. I tried to remember a few things on the night to get out of it, but there was still lots more in there. So he went and did that and took a series of photographs of the car, and it's an absolute wreck. It's completely written off. But I just want to tell you something silly before I go. And you can all think I'm silly, but I do feel this. I feel that my car, because of the way cars are built now, so they're built to crumple, but to maintain the integrity of the cabin where the passengers are, that my car actually saved me, because what it did was it disintegrated around me but left my part intact. My little boy also told me about the airbags that come on your legs to protect your legs from going forward and slamming into the dashboard. And he also told me there's a sort of an explosive mechanism at the top of the seat belt. Not just, you know how sometimes if you pull too fast they jam, not like that. It's a special thing that happens to the seat belt, some explosion or something at the top, and it holds you so tight against the seat that you can't move, which is why it was hurting me so much and why I've got the most incredible purple bruises from it. But it saved me. All those things, the crumple zone, the airbags, the seatbelt, all those things which, you know, my car provided for me, saved me. So I'm sad that my poor car sacrificed itself for me, and I know it's just a car. It's not, doesn't have feelings, it doesn't know anything, but I'm still grateful to it, very grateful, and grateful that the girl didn't hit my door, my driver's door, because that would have been the end of me then. She just got in front of that. So the whole thing just, and I know that a lot of you are saying, oh, but Suzanne, you're so silly, it's nothing to do with the car or the girl, that, you know, it's a higher power was watching over me, and that may be so. But anyway, all I can say is I'm sorry that my poor car had to sacrifice itself for me, but I'm glad it did, because I'm here to tell the tale. And I felt absolutely elated while I was in hospital from that point of view, that I was still alive, because easily I couldn't have been. And maybe just a few years ago, if the accident had happened before all these modern technologies were around, you know, the crumple zone and all those things, and the airbags, the airbag just about flattened my nose. I've got the hugest bruise, but anyway, thank goodness for it. So, you know, just a few years ago in this kind of accident, I would have been smashed against the steering wheel, and that would have been the end of me, because I'm not that tough. But as it is, my skin and my muscles have protected the inside of me, and I'm very proud of that. Very proud of the outside of me to protect the inside of me like that, because there's nothing broken, which is amazing with my osteoporosis. There's nothing broken, there was nothing bleeding, and I may have a slight fracture in a rib, which I think is why my left side is hurting so much, or he thought maybe in a couple of ribs, but those kind of fractures don't show up in x-rays, and they also, you can't do anything about them. They just heal by themselves. I just have to keep breathing deeply, not shallow breathing. So yeah, they're very good to me in hospital. They did everything. They tested everything. They looked at me a million times over. They kept checking everything, and so I had ultrasounds to make sure everything was okay on the inside, and x-rays for my chest, and checked my hips. Every inch of me was checked, so they were really, really good to me, and the nurses were great, the doctors were great, and yeah, so all in all, I'm fine. I really am fine. I just don't feel great, but I am fine. So that's probably all I have to say for now. Hopefully my next video will be lovely and happy and normal. So, I'm happy today. My big girl's coming over to spend the day with me today. My little girl was here the other day, and so, all the kids are just being lovely kids. So I'm very happy about that. And I hope you like seeing my darling girl in this outfit. I have lots of blue things, but I just fancied this little dress and bloomer set for her, and I think she loves it. I certainly do. So everybody, thank you very much for all your concern. Seriously, thank you so much. I've got some beautiful flowers on my table, and I've had some beautiful words from you, and they really mean a lot to me. So thank you so much, everybody. I'll read them again and reply to your beautiful comments when I have the energy. So that won't be too long away. And in the meantime, everybody, take care and be kind to each other. Thank you for everything, everyone. Bye-bye.